back on the road now. This afternoon just drove out of LA County over here near Joshua Tree National Park. Planning on spending the next about day and a half here. Been here once before, but only for a really short amount of time, so I'm excited to get back into the park and do a little bit more photography. Probably going to try to get some night sky stuff because the Milky Way season has begun again, and maybe just some pretty sunrises and sunsets because it's a pretty cool landscape around here. So I think tonight I'll try to drive down into the park to try to get some Milky Way photos. Unfortunately, because it's still early spring, the Milky Way core doesn't come up over the horizon until about 3 a.m. So I'll try to get a little bit of sleep right now. I'm not actually in the park right now. I'm a little bit north, just camping on some BLM land out here. But I'll try to get at least a couple hours of sleep and then wake up in the middle of the night and head down there. Okay, so for this shot, I just drove out to what's supposed to be a pretty cool looking arch. I'm still in the parking lot now. I think I have to walk just like a couple hundred yards to get there. But what I'm going to do here is use the star tracker to take the photo of the Milky Way, and that will just allow me to pick up a little bit more detail because I can use a much longer exposure than if the camera were just on the tripod by itself. So I lined the tracker up with the North Star so that it rotates correctly and counters the Earth rotation. Shooting at about 24 millimeters, going f4, ISO 3200, and 2-minute exposure. So really keeping that shutter open for a long time, and should turn out pretty nice. The Milky Way is looking really good right now. Just finished up with the tracker shots. They look pretty nice. Here's one of the raw files. You can see tons of detail in the Milky Way, but also you'll notice that the foreground is blurry, and that's because the camera is moving since it's on the tracker. Just headed out over to the arch now to grab the foreground shot. Just grabbed the foreground shot. Think it turned out pretty much exactly as I had hoped for. I just did the same exact settings, so f4, ISO 3200, and 2-minute exposures. So again, letting in a ton of light, but this time the camera was not on the tracker, just on the tripod by itself. So the foreground was totally sharp and the stars were the blurry part, but obviously won't be using the actual star part of the foreground shot. I'll blend the two. So I think this shoot went really well. It's pretty rare that you kind of get to a place and everything goes kind of exactly as planned, but it's definitely nice when that happens. So here's how it turned out in the end. Quite happy with this shot, and I think right now I'm gonna head a little bit further into the park and maybe sleep a little bit, and then hopefully grab some nice sunrise photos in a couple hours. drove down to this giant cactus garden here, which is really cool looking, and got about 15 minutes until sunrise. Just gonna try to pick out some sort of nice composition here, hopefully get the shot. The cactuses look so nice and soft from far away, but they're not. I think I found a pretty decent shot here. Just got 16mm focal length, shooting with nice cactus right here close to the camera in the foreground, and then a couple kind of middle ground, all leading back up to the really pretty sunrise in the background there. The sun's just about to come up over that hill. Pretty happy with that shot. Might have been a little bit nicer if there were some colorful clouds in the sky or something, but still really pretty out here. Right now I just need a nap though. I'm really tired. Just took a nice nap. Edited last night's and this morning's photos, and think I'm gonna head back into the park now, and go ahead and try and get some sunset and some more night photos. So as I was driving around, I couldn't really find any good sunset photo compositions. I ended up sort of starting to look around for maybe some good spots for night photos, and then ended up getting out of the car here, hiked up just a little pile of rocks over there, and was still not really seeing anything good. But then behind me the clouds started to light up a little bit finally, and so I raced back down to the car. I took out the zoom lens and just grabbed this really quick shot, which I think is kind of nice. It's very simple, but kind of got those silhouetted trees in there. Just a really pretty sky. So happy with that shot. Not really sure yet if I'm gonna stay here for some night photos. I like the one I got last night, and it is still pretty cloudy. We'll see though. I think I'm just gonna head out now. I'm quite tired. Haven't slept a whole lot in the last couple days, and guess I'll just go ahead and end this episode here. Pretty happy with the way the shots have turned out from my last couple days in Joshua Tree, and definitely subscribe if you haven't yet, because I'm going to be making a bunch more videos, just kind of documenting the road trip over the next couple months. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.